What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Aydian here, and in this video, yesterday I was on Instagram and I noticed I haven't done a Q&A in a hot minute. So I figured, let's do this. So I asked y'all what you wanted to ask me, and I've got it. Let's do it. Alright, so I've just got them like all selected, and I'm just gonna hit the side button and it's just gonna be kind of slightly random. First one is actually a big one. So I guess we're going in hard right here. What's your biggest fear today? From Browers 1262. What's your biggest fear today? My biggest fear today is probably two big fears. And the first one is finances. Being like a creator, having my own business and stuff like that, my cash flow is not guaranteed. I don't know when I'm gonna get another job. I don't know when I'm gonna get a paycheck. So for instance, I haven't gotten a paycheck since November, and I don't have a planned paycheck until like March, the end of March. And so I'm pretty fucking stressed about finances, and we're trying to have a baby, so I'm nervous. My second biggest fear today in this moment is relevancy. I have a big fear that I'm gonna become irrelevant to y'all and to the whole community and the whole world. So I think most people who are in some type of, have some type of platform are afraid of their relevancy, of being irrelevant and nobody caring. Marshall with 2 L's. Is blogging your full-time job? Oh, this is funny. Is blogging your full-time job, or do you do something else? So, blogging is not my full-time job. The money, so I have Point of Pride, which is my nonprofit. I don't make any money from that because we're all volunteers. Then I have 0.5cc, which I also don't make any money from. I don't pay myself from that. I have an intern, and I have somebody who does our Instagram that I trade workouts with. What I actually get paid to do is speak. So that's the only time I'm really making money in my pocket. Drummer 1998. I've had top surgery today. Congrats. I'm so happy, although I haven't seen the results yet. Which tips do you have to keep your scars so nice and thin? Regards. A lot of people comment on the non-redness of my scars and how thin they are, and that they're not like protruding out. And so I attribute that to, I waited an entire year for me to get back to my regularly scheduled programming after top surgery. For me, I still wore an ACE bandage after I had top surgery because I didn't want the sun to burn my scars. I lived in Florida at the time, and so like I was just extremely cautious. I was more of the guy who was like, listen, you know, I'm gonna have my chest for the rest of my life, and I'm only gonna have to recover for a year. You know what I mean? And for me, personally, the cons of having the scars not look the way I'd like them to, and the pros of them having, kind of like outweighed one another. And so I took the time needed for my body personally to heal efficiently before I started getting back into my everyday life. Killer Vanilla. Where did you get your housecoat? So my housecoat, which is funny because I've always just heard of it as a robe, but obviously I guess this person's international or something. But I got it from Pottery Barn online. It was a sale. It was like, me and Jenny Lee had our robes for like, no joke, we got them on our honeymoon. We've been together for 5 years. Oh shit, we've been together for 6 years. So they were 6 years old. So we splurged, and I think they were each like $99 on sale. Pottery Barn, go check it out. I don't know. This is not an ad. Yes, dopexed. What do you drink throughout the day? So I drink water. That's literally all I drink. Literally all I drink. Rebecca's Indaco. I heard that you're Italian, like me. Is that true? Yes, I am Italian. My papa was born in Italy, or actually that's wrong. So my papa was born in America, but he was like 3 months old, and they moved to Italy till he was 6 or 7, and then they moved back. So he feels like he was born in Italy, I guess. Italian, Irish, Austrian, that's all my heritage that I actually know of. Cat's Rule 52. How do you like your eggs cooked? So some of the questions I really picked were really random, but I thought that it was fun questions. So I like my eggs cooked over medium. So I like to like the yolk to like come out of the egg, but I don't like it to be like not cooked at all on top. Theodore is forevermore. How does testosterone affect periods? I'm starting T semi-soon, and I want to know how the cycle will change until it completely stops. So this is per person. For me personally, I started T and never got my menstrual cycle again ever. So that was awesome, but that doesn't happen for everyone. I've heard that it can take a month or two. It's really just per body, and it also probably depends on where you are in your menstrual cycle. So like if your egg has already dropped and you're a few days before your menstrual cycle and then you start T, you'll probably still get your cycle. So it's really per body. Xander Foster, what advice do you have for small YouTubers? You know what I have advice for small YouTubers? Don't try to make money off YouTube. It's like there's only like a very small percentage of people who actually make enough money that that's all they do. And those are the people that are gonna have 500,000 followers. They're gonna get, you know, anywhere from 50 to 100,000 views on their videos all the time, and they're making 3 videos a week. So I mean, you know, doing the math, they're getting like 700,000 to 1 million views, whether they're all from the same people or not, but that's how many views they're getting each and every month, and that's a lot. Sir Brax, where did you get that? A wonderful area rug from, and that's the rug that is featured on the picture of the Instagram post. There's this place called like Ross around here. They didn't have it back home. It's like a TJ Maxx, and they had a bunch of these really awesome fox fur area rugs for like super cheap, like $49.99, $39.99, $19.99. It was out. We were like, we gotta get this area rug. It's so freaking cheap. And we were actually looking at rugs, and they were just so expensive and not as dope as that one in there. So it was a good find. Sleepy Kit 3. Do you ever question if you were really ever experienced dysphoria because you had some days which weren't as bad? This, I feel like maybe I should make a topic on, but I'm gonna address it slightly here. There's this new fad going around that like if you don't have dysphoria, then you can't be trans, and like that's like crazy to me. What are you talking about? Like, just because I feel good about myself one day, I'm not trans, and if I feel bad about myself the next day, then I am trans? I don't know. I don't like this whole comparing dysphoria, who has it worse, whose struggle is more. You know, it's not a good look for us as a community, and it's just a way for us to butt heads and to not like each other. So, listen, if you have one day where you're not feeling dysphoric, awesome, enjoy it. Don't like get down on yourself and try to make yourself dysphoric. Like, all we're trying to do as trans people is feel empowered in the bodies that we're born in, and so we take the necessary changes that we personally feel are best for our bodies to feel more empowered in those bodies, and that's it. So don't let anyone tell you that, like, well, you don't care about your chest, you don't want top surgery, you're not trans. Push them aside, okay? Unfollow. Valenotazu 25. Can you speak any other language? Oh, that's a good one. I couldn't even pronounce your damn name. No, I cannot speak any other language. Super side note, I took Spanish 1 3 times, and by the 3rd time, they just were like, you know what? It's fine. You don't even have to take a language. You're good. So, awesome. Regabs 24. How long after top surgery did you get back into your full workout routine? So, you can go back in my videos. I have everything from the moment it happened as far as my top surgery and stuff. So go back in my videos, check them out. I'm pretty sure I like waited 4 weeks, and then I started walking, and then at 6 weeks I started jogging on the beach, and then at 8 weeks I actually went back to the gym, but I didn't like do any shoulder or anything above my head until a solid 8 to 12 months post surgery. So that's what I mean when I say I was really, really, really serious about my recovery. Gibosh 3. How did you meet your wife? Right here on YouTube. Jaylee and I met on YouTube. She was making videos for being a partner of a trans person. I was making videos for being a trans person. Super long story. Within like a year of all of that, we started chatting, talking, and started dating. Cass Rabbit. I feel like I'm getting worse at reading these. Cass Rabbit. Rabid. Whatever. Sorry, I butchered that name. How are you today? So, actually, I'm okay today. I've been having this real struggle lately with just feeling like I'm doing enough, and I think, again, it goes back to the first question about finances. Like, I'm just feeling a little low because I'm really nervous that I don't know where my next dollar is coming from, and we're trying to have a baby, and so like I just feel like last night I laid down in bed and it was like 9 o'clock, 9:30, and I just had this feeling of like, did I even accomplish anything today? Like, did I even do anything today? And I know that I did do something, but because I don't like, you know, I don't have like a guaranteed paycheck, like I just have a lot of fears that like I'm not doing enough to actually make enough money, or like I'm not hustling hard enough, right? Because that's like the new thing is like hustle, 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 work, 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 work. And like I'm tired, like I want to take a nap. And I feel like you can't take a nap, you've got to keep working. You want to have a kid, you've got to do it. And so I have a lot of fears like that. H. Fergal, how tall are you? This is a question I get all of the time. I am 5 foot, 5 inches, and I have been forever. Obviously not forever, but you know what I mean. Samantha's words. How do you get your hair to stay that fantastic? Well, I'm actually wearing a hat today, but end of day, I use Housecoat because I just happen to have it, but I use some type of like stiffening style in my hair because my hair is very thin, so I use something to thicken it up, and then I blow dry my hair upside down. I have videos of this too. Blow dry my hair upside down, and then I spray it to keep it staying where it is, but I hate the look of like gel or a lot of hairspray, so I go as little as possible, and I try to have some movement in it, but that's really it. Mr. Trans Guy, nice name. What inspired you to create your YouTube channel? So I started this channel because I didn't have any friends, and none of them, well, that's a lie. I didn't have any friends that were trans, and I wanted to connect with people who were trans. I wanted to also document my own story because I knew that I was going to get on T, or I had visions of possibly getting on T and possibly getting top surgery, and I knew that I would want to, something just told me that I should be recording this so that when I'm older I can look back and remember what I've gone through. Rel Cuadrado Jukin. Does T make your breasts decrease? I hope it does. Yes, it does. Tea will redistribute your fat tissue, and a lot of times our breasts are holding also just fat, not breast tissue, but also fat. And so if you have some fat in there, in your breasts, it will reduce it a little bit. My was an almost B, and then I definitely went down to like an almost A. But because of that, I wasn't able to get incisions because I had a lot of excess skin. A-Uzi. Do you ever go back and view some of your early transition videos? If so, do you have any different views or opinions on those moments? I don't go back too often, but I know for a fact that I have different views and opinions. I used to identify more as like a heterosexual male, and I don't identify as that anymore. I feel like I identified that way for society so that people would believe me that I was really a man, and I think also just in the beginning of my transition I had my own insecurities of what manhood was and if I would be good enough of a man, and so I think that at the time I had these visions of what manhood was, and I think that as I developed as a human being, as society develops as a society, as Janely and I's relationship got closer and I got more comfortable with myself, I started to deconstruct all of those things that I thought were what manhood was. So I definitely feel like my videos now are different views than they were then, but like I hope that's the case because I've been doing YouTube since 2009, and that's a long freaking time. That's almost 10, next year will be 10 years. So I hope that I've changed and have changed my views since then. Luca Hermes. Ironically, I had a thought this morning driving, wondering how other trans guys handled it. Do or did you wear a packer swimming or at the gym? I have a video about this too. I've never worn a packer. I tried and I just don't like it. It makes me actually more dysphoric. And I have thought about wearing one at the gym just because, like, you know, it's a gym and like everyone's out and about. But I still just feel more uncomfortable wearing one than not. And that's just a personal choice for me. I know 9 out of 10 trans guys wear a packer. I just happen to be the 1 out of 10. Grayson the potato. What's your favorite type of potato? Sweet potatoes. I fucking love them. And actually, if you want me to get super specific, Japanese, I believe they're considered, or they're called here in the States, like Japanese sweet potatoes. My faves. Ryan Casada, what's good? who is the first trans person you heard of? So the first trans person I heard of was actually this guy on Maury. That was the first trans guy I actually had heard of. And then when I went online is when I found this group of like maybe 4 to 6 guys who were super low-key making videos. And I used to watch this one guy, Tyler, who's no longer, like, I don't know where he went. He was from like Alabama or something like that. And then I watched another guy who was from Alabama or somewhere over there named Jace. And those were like the 2 guys that I first got into. And then my friend, who's still my friend Caden, I used to watch him too. So the first guy ever though was just this random ass dude on Maury. I don't know who he is. He wasn't making YouTube videos or anything. KJohn2121. Is there a certain amount of time that you have to be on T before you can have bottom surgery? Nope, not to my knowledge. I also am not the best person to ask about bottom surgery because I don't have it. Trans Pickle. Do you donate binders to Latin America? Yes. My nonprofit, Point of Pride, donates to anywhere in the world that you can actually get mail to. We will mail you a binder if you are in need. Awesome, so thanks to everybody who dropped a comment on my latest post and left your question. I hope that I was able to get to yours. If I wasn't, I'm really sorry. This already was like mad long, but I want to keep doing these. Jaylee and I want to do one specific for our parent journey as well, pregnancy journey. So I think that'll be cool too. So be on the lookout. If you don't follow me on Instagram, please go do it. It's at AllianceFear and check me out. All right, thanks for watching the video. If you liked the video, hit the like button. Also, if you want to subscribe, hit subscribe, turn your notifications on, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.